Relax and close your eyes and breathe in deeply. Inhale and exhale. You are in a familiar field. Only this time, when you look into the sky, you see a sliver of the silvery moon against the dark circle of her shadow. This time you turn to further inspect the well that you seem to travel back and forth from. Its waters are deep, and you drop a rock down the well to see if you can hear the rock hit the water below. A long time passes before you hear it hitting the bottom, and a ripple sounds up from the shaft. It seems lower to you than the other times you came here. Turning, you notice that it seems to be warmer again, and the snow has all but melted away, with the exception of a few patches of snow on the ground. The grass is beginning to green, and you assume it must almost be springtime again. There are some crocuses and lilies beginning to bloom around the well and throughout the field, all of which are brightly colored, even in the dark. You make your way across the field to the tree line. You notice that the trees are damp from rain. As you walk, you smell the sweet scent of early spring. Some trees are covered with little pink and white flowers. You hear the budding leaves on the trees rustling in the breeze. You listen for a long moment and feel the wisdom of many years wash over you as though you have been here many times before. Like the subtle earth around you, you feel more alive than you have ever felt in a long time. Each tree you pass seems older than it did before. The landscape seems to be constantly changing and is yet comforting to you, and you do not mind the changes as much as you used to. You walk into the woods and toward the clearing you found so many months ago. As you walk, you take in all the scents and sights of spring. Animals scamper about, and your heart feels light and free. You begin to reflect on your previous travels here and realize how far you have come. You hear yourself laugh when a light breeze teases your hair, and hearing your own voice helps you realize how uninhibited you are. You laugh again and find that you rather like the sound of your uninhibited voice. You begin to sing softly to yourself as you walk. Unlike the time you got lost during winter, you find the clearing almost before you think of it. You are happy to see the grove is clear and green, and the trees are stretching high above. As you near the clearing, you notice movement near the altar, and feel startled because, until now, no one has ever been in the clearing. Unsure if you should proceed, you stop for a moment. The movement continues within the circle of trees. You can see the altar, but there is no mirror, only a cloaked figure sitting upon the bench facing the altar. It is dark, and all around the grove are lanterns casting their light into the circle and onto the altar. The cloaked figure is contentedly looking upon the altar that has been decorated in vibrant colors. There are garlands of flowers encircling the field. You are curious about all these changes and cautiously proceed into the clearing. As you do, a hearty, wild laugh from beyond the veil of the figure stuns you for a moment. The low, rumbling laugh continues, and even though you are not sure about what to make of it, you continue to walk toward the figure. As you reach the side of the altar opposite the cloaked figure, you see that there is a bench for you to sit on, and there are new items on the altar. Take note of each item. The figure sitting opposite the altar motions for you to sit on the opposite side of the bench, and you do so. Though you cannot clearly make out the face, you see what you believe to be an old person kindly smiling back at you. Peering closer, you can make out their eyes. They remind you of the lake you visited in winter, deep and full of wisdom. Just then the cloaked figure, in a sweet and gentle voice, with slow, careful words, tells you that you are in their grove. It is where new wisdom is born. The cloaked figure asks you what you seek and listens intently to your response. After a brief pause, the figure nods and tells you to light the deep violet candle on the altar. As you do so, you notice that in the lap of the figure is the flower that you left as an offering so long ago. When you light the candle, you feel a warming sensation grow at the base of your spine, and then the warmth wells up within you like a great fountain. Finally, it comes to rest within your own heart, and you feel everything within your being coming into balance and vitality. You know that this is a gift from the deity who sits in front of you now. The gentle, sweet voice is telling you that lighting this candle is the first step on your way to manifesting your new birth of enlightenment, and that you should never feel alone. You are to remember this gift. The God and Goddess are always within you. The figure tells you that the candle will burn eternally in the dark places you will travel, and its light will always illuminate your way, even when you cannot see the path ahead. If you have any questions for this figure, ask them now. When you are done communicating with the deity, you give thanks and bow. You see another nod back at you and hear the laugh. Reverently, you turn to leave. As you walk back through the now familiar forest, you notice that the sun has begun to rise in the east, and that there are glimpses of life that you have never seen before in the forest. In the distance, you hear the chirping of songbirds, and underfoot you notice the scampering of even more wildlife. All seems very peaceful as you continue to walk through the forest, back to the field and the well. You feel a renewed strength within and believe more than ever that you will succeed in making manifest your desires. As you reach the field and the well, you pull up the bucket, taking a deep breath of sweet morning air. You marvel for a moment in all that is around you. The sparkling dew-covered flowers, and the grass that is turning a shade of evergreen. You even notice the tiny dots of pretty color that are manifesting throughout the field. It is alive, like you, from the inside. You turn back and bring the bucket up to the top. As you do, you peer into the well and notice that the well is fuller than you expected. It seems replenished, as if by your own magic. You drink reverently from the well, tasting its sweet, crisp waters. As you do so, you slowly and safely drift back into your body.